What up, people? It's your boy, Master Chudy, out here with another comic review. So, here we are, Black Lightning, number 2 of this 6-issue miniseries. Got the DC logo. Cover looks fantastic, but as you can guess from the cover, you know what is the issue with this. And unfortunately, this book kind of falls flat with me. I don't want it to fall flat because I like Black Lightning. I like Static. I like everything about it. I like when they're being just heroes and doing hero things. But this kind of gets a little bit convoluted with today's issues. So let's get into it. Like I said, the art's fantastic. So we got a nice shot of Black Lightning defending some citizens right here. See the headline, the plain news, killer hero at large, in quotes, which makes sense. It's not bad. Everybody thinks last issue Black Lightning was framed for killing these weathermen, who were the guys with super guns, super weapons who are plaguing his city. Which, funny enough, is just like how the old Steel comic book started out. Steel was inspired to be a Superman archetype because people were selling super weapons in DC. And this is what's happening with, it's just a rehashed version of that, in my opinion. So we see Black Knight's like, things aren't working out like I hoped. More like expect the worst territory. Move in. So, art's, like I said, art's great. And then we just see the intro right here. It's like, Jefferson Pierce, a man who came home, found out his home is struggling with troubles of old and new. Now he fights for the future on two fronts, in the classroom and a dedicated teacher, and on the streets as Black Lightning. Okay, simple. And, the kids are terrifying me because the guys are trying to rob this bodega. They think I fried the last thugs who called me out with their sci-fi guns. What scares me is that this new sci-fi gun is smaller than the last one. What kind of arms race is going on? Okay, so some dude is selling weapons. It should focus on these guys, the gangs, the gangs who will have these weapons. So he's like, yeah, we could take this fool out. Say, yeah, collect the reward on his butt. So there's a bounty that's been placed on Black Lightning's head. Okay. Say, keep your head down. I'll keep you safe. And we see that, I forgot about this, like, I didn't kill him, but Scary Black Man boosts ratings across the media board. First of all, I don't think the fact that you are a black man, me being black, I understand the intrinsicies of, yes, there's bias against us that have black skin. I get that. There's injustice in the system from time to time. But I'm pretty sure it's not because you're black that they're putting a bounty on your head. It's the fact that you're a metahuman. And of course, one could tie that to how the X-Men used to be treated. Like, yeah, a mutant doing this sells papers, but it is what it is. But of course, he gets hit from the behind by the shop. It's like, not so super now, are you, killer? And Black Lightning's righteous appears like, I'm trying to keep you from being robbed. And he's like, I said, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So then this is going to be a big loss for you, Lightning Bug, because we're getting paid tonight. And then we just see them about to fire the weapons, and we just hear the po-po coming, and he's like, oh, this is perfect. And it kind of is, because it just gets more complicated. And we just see the cops coming. It's like, the cliche about only seconds to act. Welcome to my superhero life. So, beats up the villains, bam, takes the guns, got the gun. He's like, oh, he's got the gun, open fire. And I'm like, watch out, he's charging up. Shoot, like, god damn it. Look at this man. He's not even... Look how he's holding the gun. He jumps over you. I'm pretty sure you don't even believe what's happening, because you're just like, oh, well, I guess he's got the gun, but we're not going to cock our weapons, so we're just going to say it to be, well, why was this said? Why does this need to be said? So he goes up, shoots up in the sky, boom, everything like that. And he's like, oh, son of a... He fried the radios, as expected, and, Bodega Man is like, okay, hey, officers, you want a consolation prize? Boom. Okay, so we get Corella's gym. It's like, even with the changes in Cleveland, the brick city streets are pretty much the same as when I was a kid. No one sees me get back to my building. Likewise, Tommy Calvado, my sister from another mister, okay, pretty much she's your girl, as far as I'm concerned. It's like, are you insane? And she's basically, are you insane? Every cop is gunning for you, and most civilians think you're a murderer. And Black Lightning's like, it's been 2 weeks since I was framed for the killing of the Weatherman, and their sci-fi guns are turning up on both sides of the Cuyahoga. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it's like, look at this. About half the size of the ones the Weathermen were using, and our city is a test market for some soulless profiteer. I can't stand down while people are getting hurt, and worse. 2 kids almost died tonight. Kids. Now that's good motivation. Good motivation. That should be your focus. You dodge the cops when you can. You don't think about the cops. You don't hurt the cops. You focus on those at hand. You're basically like Batman now when he first started off, as you were seen as a menace. And whether the police should trust you. Learn how to deal with that. So we hear somebody, and we see that this is a friend of his. He's like, oh, sorry, Jack. I didn't realize we were loud. So I say, come on, kid. You know the drill. When you're wearing that outfit, I'm not Jack. I'm Amberjack. So Jack is his trainer, just like my dad arranged when I first became Black Lightning. I remember Dad saying he was a good heart for a wannabe supervillain, so he was a supervillain. He got his butt kicked by the Red Bee. A similar beatdown from Captain Compass landed him in jail. Interesting. And he's like, he knew he was just a stupid kid, so the judge cut him some slack. If he enlisted, and he'd get probation. He took to the military, turned his life around. Dad met him while covering the Vietnam War. He saved my father's life the day they met. Okay, not bad. When he got back, he had a very brief career as a superhero, but that's a story for another time. Okay. It's like, let's take a look at this thing after I wipe your prints off of it. It's like, did I teach you nothing? Yeah. Yes, that makes sense. So he's like, it looks like a toy, but I bet it got a power source that we don't want to be messing with. Tell me, what happened with the Weatherman's weapons? It's like, now there's a story. So the lab guys only had a few hours with them before the Fed swooped in to take them to their labs. Our boys did find every one of those weapons contained a self-destruct component. And so it's like, oh, Black Guy's like, so that department knows that I didn't kill this man. Why hasn't that been released? It's like, I've got nothing but bad thoughts on that. The lab ordered to keep that report out. The guys told me because I'm me. So what's the point? Black Lightning didn't make those weapons. No connection. Why would you want to keep that bit of information out? But hey, it's like, basically, okay, this is bad, but I'm gonna have to look into this further. Jack is like, Jeff, you should focus on your day job, basically, while I figure these things out. So we are at John Malvin High School. It's the pride of the Brick City, a predominantly black district that still manages to have one of the most diverse student bodies in the city. Malvin holds its own state-dominant politicians who aren't fond of either public education or teachers. Oh God. Because against all odds, and with constant support of parents and neighbors, Malvin is a family. Okay. At least everybody likes each other in this diversified school, and there's nothing like, everybody just seems nice. So, yeah, like a piece of fruit and some milk might not seem like a big deal, but it might be the only breakfast these kids get during the week, okay? There's no budget for breakfast. Even the lunch program is in danger of cuts. The local grocers take turns delivering produce to the school. For them, the kids are the only bottom line that matters. Okay. And teachers shouldn't have favorites, but mine is my morning class today, where we're trying out a winter play. Oh, God. This got me. We should do a Medea Christmas. Everybody loves Tyler Perry. No. Polly just wanted an excuse to dress up like an old lady again and say, hey, what happened in Halloween stays on Halloween. Just a bunch of kids having fun. You see, at least I can respect this as just being like, because I expect this banter. Because somebody might take a little issue with this, but, it is what it is. And, Mr. Price, or Pierce, is like, oh, Nichelle, it's like my great-grandfather used to write and act in this radio program it was called Nightmare Land. One episode, the creatures around the corner had aliens using fear to manipulate people. It might be an old story, but politicians and pundits are doing the same thing, doing that stuff today. I have his script. Okay. But, I get it. I mean, that's, Tell you what, I'll make copies of the script for the class, and we can read it tomorrow. Guess you get a homework break tonight. So, hey, cuz, you got a minute? before your next class? It's like, sure, Nessa, so this is his cousin, I guess. I overheard something this morning, and I thought you might know someone who would check it up. And he's like, Anissa? I know. I'm nowhere near ready for, Okay, so this might. I don't know whether Anissa might be either thunder or lightning, one of those two of his relatives. I don't know. It's like, but I really did overhear this. This guy who supplies to school dealers. He's gonna be at the far end during the lunch under the bleachers. Leave it to me, Anissa. I'll take care of it. It's like, you did good. It's like, okay, yeah, you exposed the dealer. Nice, but here's what it is. My teaching intern is covering my study hall. I figure I can be done with this before the lunch bell. It's like, Pierce? Principal Walter Casco. He could give Batman a silent approach lessons. Okay. Okay. You're a few days early for Casual Friday, even if we had a Casual Friday. It's like, I thought I'd get in a run during my break. I'm trying to get in shape for the marathon. It's like, just playing with you, my husband, he's gay. It's like, claims I'm the funniest man he knows. Hell, a burden to put an old fart like me. Okay, Walter's husband, I don't know why they bolded that, but is a world-class surgeon at the Cleveland Clinic. He championed the campaign to build this and more, and he was a neighborhood kid himself. Always took pride in where he came from. I can relate to that. Okay. There's just so much dialogue in this. Like, I don't need to know about him and his husband. That's not the issue. Okay, boom. You didn't need dialogue here, you didn't need dialogue here, you didn't need dialogue here, you didn't need dialogue here. It's just you, like, okay, you get to the football field, you unlock the gates, like, okay, it's like, okay, you could have eliminated like this, okay, you finish talking to him, and then you have the dialogue here. It's like, I got maybe 10 minutes tops before the sales force starts making its way out here. This should buy me some time. And this is until we're spot on. There's a man who's about to have a very bad day, okay? So Black Lightning comes in, well, he doesn't do that, it's like, that's when it hit me. What's the plan here? I can take him from 50 yards away, and everyone will know Black Lightning has some connection to the school. His gang will retaliate. If he's packing, it's like I can break his gun and his hand, maybe both his hands. His gang will retaliate. I can destroy the drugs. He's holding, and there'll be more drugs here and tomorrow. His gang will retaliate. What the damn? So much dialogue. And if anyone learns of my involvement, the gang will come after my students, like they did before. Anger can be useful. Smart is a whole lot better. I use one of Tommy's burner phones. Okay. That's not bad. You didn't need all of this dialogue. I felt it could have been shortened. But hey, okay. You call the cops and then his gang can accuse him of being stupid. It's like, luck helps. Two teams of hungry for a bust officers, okay, were passing by when they got the call for the dispatch. Pathetic. He was winded at the 20-yard line. They take him down to 30. And then, of course, you didn't need this. Part of me wonders if what would have gone down the same if the guy had been black. I try to push the thought out of my head. Yeah, you should. You completed your mission. No need for you to like, oh yeah, they got the dude. But damn it, I wonder what would have happened if you were black. But, I understand. I get it. Trust me, I know. Look at my hand. I get it. I understand, and this happens, but you don't need to shoehorn on this every time. Sometimes people just want a good, fun superhero story, and it was kind of like wanting to be there, but it's like my best friend is a cop, her dad and family, and, the thought remains of that too many times. So much dialogue that didn't need to be had. This is going to be a good story. So, I get through the day, he does his day, he beats up criminals, he does his thing, and he's like, these guys peddling these sci-fi guns are next because their supplier is probably the man or woman, as Tommy would say if she could catch up with me, who framed me. So he's like, I have seldom seen terror in a man's eyes. He believes I did kill this man. I feel a little nauseous. If any of them know who is behind this plague of high-tech weapons, they're more afraid of him than they're of me. Okay. So, the days come and pass like a shadowy dreams of occasional clarity. Surprisingly, my morning class picks creatures around the corner for winter's play. Katara is a revelation as a narrator. Mulder Avenue dressed. Okay, so he's just reading from the script, and everybody's liking the script, and he's Japanese in an all-black school, and classes class is done. So Anissa talks to her cousin. He's like, "You've been hitting the streets pretty hard, cuz. Don't give me the look. I hear things. Like, so you keep telling me." It's like, "Hey, I know you gotta be you. I get that, but Mr. Pierce is just important to your students, to your family, and to me. Did you ever know we have a new teacher? Her name is Lynn Stewart. You should introduce herself. She seems cool." Okay, his little cousin wants to hook him up. You know, she cares about him. Okay, pretty nice. Meanwhile, there are more of those damn sci-fi guns every time in the street. So it's like, hit him with everything you got. It's kill or be killed. Like, I take them down, praying the guns won't self-destruct or kill him. They aren't tough. They aren't so tough once you take away their toys, so he beats them down. And he's like, the one I leave standing gives up a name, Tobias Whale. It's like, later when I get a minute, Ix tell me if that name means anything to her. It's like, he's a ghost. Supposed to be some scary mastermind. So scary, other masterminds have tried to use the name. Everyone ended up dead, ugly dead. Try to keep a low profile and keep pressure on. The best laid plans. Just see hands up in the air. It's like, or the ground, or on the ground, or I'll waste you. Seriously? Okay, so then he runs away and they keep shooting. So like, that's enough, Davis. He's gone, and your ricochets could kill someone. And he's like, it's a clean shot. It was a clean shot. Nobody died. Nobody died. Chill, bro. So meanwhile, we finally get to see Tobias Whale. He's just now appearing in this issue. It's like, I'm pleased, Miss McCord. You may convey that message to the Red Team along with a financial expression of my regard for their efforts. Or even a more sensual expression if they so desire. All work and no play. And she's like, I'll tend to it within the hour, sir. It's like, I see no reason to delay putting these things on the market. Once their existence is known, I imagine sales will be brisk. Such a remarkable yet tiny thing, and yet it will spread so much fear and chaos and death. Sales will be brisk. So, this guy is still reading part of the script, and that's the end of Tobias Whale's there. And then we see Saturday afternoon in the Brick City 2 weeks later. Her husband brought the gun for protection. He got a great deal on it. She didn't know their boys found it. Okay. So, what the heck? Somebody, how is this even possible that a super weapon would be sold for that cheap as you could get a common handgun? Meaning that these people are pretty loaded, even though it's supposed to be like they're not that loaded. And she's like, oh, none of her boys are not hurt. This is bad. There'll be trouble with the landlord and the police, but at least no one was hurt. That's worth something, right? No. No, somebody is dead. Somebody is dead. Okay. So we see Cold Dead Hands, Part 2. News in this city breaks without pity. And we got our writers, Tony Isabella, Clayton Henry on the artist, great artist. P. Patanzas, Joe is the colorist. Joe Reed is the letterer. Clayton Henry, Mark Morales, and Tommy Morey did the cover. Harvey Richards is the associate editor, and Jim Chadwick is the group editor. And then this is Tony Isabella's creation, of course. I don't know what to think of it. I like the art. I like black heroes being shown. But, oh my gosh, they're preaching. And half the dialogue, it was so wordy. So wordy. So wordy. I don't even know what to say. But, because I want to support black heroes, I'm going to keep buying this and hope that the third issue, it's just him beating gangs, just keeping his cool around the cops, ducking and weaving and just outsmarting them and fighting Tobias Whale. The fact that Tobias Whale only showed up in 3/4 of a page here is like, it's like, oh yeah, I'm just here. I'm going to make a lot of money. Okay. But it is what it is. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notifications. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I want to get my views out there and discuss comics as it is. I give this book a... give this a 6.5 out of 10. Like the last time I did. It needs to get better. And I'm going to hold it to Tony Isabella because this was your creation. People liked it. People liked Black Lightning before. People liked Black Lightning before. So, look, just do what you got to do. And the fact that this took me longer than usual, I'm surprised. But once again, thank y'all for watching, and I may have a video up tonight, but definitely tomorrow.